Welcome to Shizasana. We've got another 30-minute flow today. It's going to be a little bit dynamic. We're going to get into some core work. It won't be too crazy, but it'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you have your water nearby and let's get into it. All right, let's start down on the mats on tabletop position. So shoulders are right over wrists and hips are right over your knees. Inhale as you drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your hips for cow pose. Exhale, round your spine and tuck your chin in as you come into cat. Inhale, drop that belly, raise the gaze, cow. Exhale, round the spine for cat. Inhale, lift the gaze, drop the belly for cow. Exhale, round the spine up to the ceiling as you tuck your chin, look at your navel. Inhale for cow. And exhale, cat pose. Come to neutral. Tuck your toes under. Start to lift those kneecaps up. Hover it there for a moment. And then send the hips all the way up and back, down dog. Walk your dog out, bending one knee at a time. Really get that tailbone up high behind you. Push those hands into the mat. Try to bring your chest closer to your thighs. Keep breathing. For the rest of practice, try to breathe through your nose only. So long and deep exhales and inhales through your nose. All right, bend both knees. Lift your heels up really high and lift your hips up really high. Point that tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then with this shape in your spine, start to straighten your knees out, shooting those heels closer and closer towards the mat. Good. Breathe there in your dog. Just hold it and send the breath through the body. On your next exhale, I want you to lower down onto your forearms. You can bend your knees a little bit and lift your heels up to get down here into dolphin. Then push the mat away in dolphin. I want your forehead lifted away from the floor, pushing into the mat so that you know your forehead has some good space between it and the floor. Breathe as you push your forearms into the mat, trying to keep that tailbone really high and lifted behind you. Take one more breath here. And then lift your elbows up, come back into your down dog and hold your dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower your elbows down, come back onto your forearms. Really warming up those shoulders and the back here, the arms. Breathe into dolphin, push the mat away. On your next inhale, lift your elbows up, come back into down dog. Maybe you start to feel a little burning sensation. That's just the body warming up. Just continue to breathe. Remember, if it feels more than just that burning exercise, please come out of it. Take a child's pose, take a rest. But if it's just that good burn where you feel like you're getting some good work in, push through it and breathe. All right, one more time. Lower your elbows to the mat. Come into dolphin. Send the breath. Then lift the elbows, down dog. Take another breath here. Then shift forward into plank, shoulders over wrists. Hold your plank. Let's take 5 breaths here in plank. Inhale and exhale. Really suck that tummy in. Inhale and exhale. Feel that length in your spine. Inhale. Exhale. That's 3 breaths. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale as you lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, come to cobra, up dog. So a little back bend here. Hips are lifted in up dog, hips are down and elbows are bent in cobra. Good. Take another breath here in your cobra or your up dog. And then push the mat away as you tuck your toes and lift your hips, coming back in a down dog. Good. Take a breath. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Remember, you can lower to your knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips, down dog. So good. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift your hips up and back as you tuck your toes, down dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift your hips up and back, tucking your toes, down dog. Good. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift your hips up and back, down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand with a flat back. Arms come overhead. Exhale, release your arms by your sides. Inhale, sit into chair pose. Hips go down, knees bend, arms come overhead. Breathe. All right, we're going to do some side toe taps. So starting on one side, lift the foot up just a tiny bit and tap the toe out to the side. Bring it in. Out and tap in. Stay in chair. Out, tap, in. Out, in. One more. Out, in. Let's switch sides. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Two more. Last one. Tap back with the other leg. Back and in. Back, in. Back, in. Back, in. One more. Tap back with the other leg. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to center chair. Tap forward with the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Center. Tap forward with the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Center chair and hold. Just breathe as you hold into your chair. Sink your hips a little deeper. Shoot that tailbone down towards the mat. Keep the chest lifted. Pull the ribs in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Hold on your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift your hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose. Hold it. Then step it down in between your feet. Keep your right knee bent. Back leg is straight. Lift your torso up and raise your arms. Arms come overhead. Start doing mini circles with your arms. Tiny circles outward. Just keep them very small. All right, keep this movement going. Do 5 knee dips with our back knee. So bending the back knee, dipping it down near the mat, not touching the mat. Then bring it back up. Dip and up. Keep circling. Dip, up. Dip, up. One more. Dip, up. All right, open your hips to the side as you spin that back heel down, coming into warrior 2. Arms come out to a T. Check for heel to arch alignment. Front foot, which is the bent knee, that foot is lined up with the middle arch of your back foot, which is the foot on the straight leg. All right, stay here in warrior 2. Now start to do mini circles with your arms. Mini circles, but with our arms outstretched to the side this time. All right, keeping these circles going, we're going to do heel lifts with the front heel. 5 of them. So lift onto the ball of the foot. Bring it down. Lift up. Bring it down. Lift the heel. Bring it down. Heel lift. Down. Last one. Heel lift. Down. Stay in warrior 2. Keep those circles going. All right, stop the circles. Bring the hands behind the head like you're going to do a crunch. Now open the back leg out to the side, turning the toes outward and bending the knee. Find yourself in a low goddess squat, a wide lunge. All right, hold the squat here, sinking your hips a little further. All 10 toes are pointed out, knees are pointed outward. Good, hold it. All right, on your next breath, you're gonna crunch one knee in towards your center, bringing the opposite elbow to touch it. So up, crunch it in, come back to goddess. Switch sides, knee to elbow, back down. Knee to elbow and down. Again, knee to elbow, down. Knee to elbow, down. This is the fourth set. Last set. And come to center and hold. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. All right, start to bend one knee a little deeper as you straighten the opposite leg, coming into a low side lunge. Doesn't matter which side, we're gonna do the same thing on both sides. All right, switch, go the other way. Try to flex the foot of the straight leg towards your face. You don't need to come down really low here. Just find that bend and that stretch. All right, switch sides, low side lunge, and switch sides. Again, and again, maybe progressively coming a little lower. Fourth set, back to center. Fifth set, this is the last set. Other side, come back to center. Bring your hands to your hips. All right, you're gonna step the back foot to the front of the mat, turn towards the front of the mat, come back into standing. Good. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, sit your butt back and down into chair pose. All right, side toe taps. Start on one side and then we'll switch. 5 of them. Let's go. Tap to the side, in, tap, in, tap, in, tap, in. 4 and 5. Come to center. Other side. Out, in, out, in, out, in. 4, 5. Come to center. Tap back. Out, in, back, back. Last one on that side. Switch sides. Back, in, back, tap, in, back, in, center. Front, switch sides. Forward, forward. 3, 4, 5, center. Other side. Forward, in, 3, 4, 5, center. Hold chair. Sink your hips a little lower. Wrap those ribs in. Hold it, hold it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, step back to plank. Hold on your inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, hips shift up and back, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. Exhale, bring the knee to your nose. Hold it. Step it through in between your hands. Keep that front knee bent, back leg is straight, lift your torso, raise your arms. All right, tiny little circles. This time do the opposite way of what you did the other time. So if you did tiny circles outward, do tiny circles inward. All right, make sure to keep them really small circles here. And then let's start those 5 knee dips. Remember to dip the back knee down, but don't let it hit the floor. Hover it just above it and then bring it back up. All right, let's go. Dip and up. Dip and up. 3, up, 4, up, 5, up, hold. Spin your back heel onto the mat. As you come into warrior 2, arms come out to your sides. Check for that heel to arch alignment. All right, arms are in a T. We're gonna do small circles. And like in the prior pose, we're gonna circle the opposite way. So if you circled back, circle forward this time. Keep the circles small. All right, 5 heel lifts. That heel of the leg that is bent. All right, 1, lift up the heel, set it down. 2, lift the heel, set it down. 3, lift the heel, set it down. 4, heel lift, down. Last one, lift the heel, set it down. Bring your hands behind your head like you're gonna do a crunch. Turn your back leg outward, bending the back knee, coming into a low temple or goddess squat. Hold here. Now, it doesn't matter which side you start on, we're gonna do 5 sets. Crunch in your knee to your opposite elbow. So start. 1, other side. 2, other side. 3, other side. 4, other side. And 5, other side. Come to center. Stay here in your goddess or temple squat. Bring your hands to heart center. Hold your squat. Come down a little further. All right, now it doesn't matter which side you start on. Start to straighten one leg and bend the other a little deeper, coming into a low side lunge. Switch to the other side. And back. Second set. Switch to the other side. Side lunge and switch sides. Fourth set. Side lunge. Switch to the other side. Last set, side lunge. Switch to the other side. And come back to center into that wide-legged temple squat. Good. From here, simply step your back foot to the front of the mat, turning your torso, your whole body to the front of the mat, coming into Tadasana. So good. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Come up onto your tippy toes. Lift those heels. With the heels lifted, start to bend your knees, coming into tiptoe chair. Stop midway and hold. Then come down further and further and further until your heels are on top of your feet and release your heels onto the mat, coming down onto the mat with your hips. All right, we're gonna do boat pose now, Navasana. I'm gonna give you a few options. Knees are bent, soles of feet are on the mat. Hands are behind you with the fingertips pointed at your hips. First option is lifting the legs up so that the shins are parallel to the mat. And you can hold here and then do toe taps. Second option is similar to this, but raise your arms out in front of you and do toe taps. Third option is lift the legs out straight to a diagonal towards the ceiling and just come down and back up, keeping the chest lifted. All right, so your choice. We're gonna do 5 of them, all right? Let's go. Lift up the knees, 5 toe taps or 5 ups and downs with straight legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold up on this 5th one, wherever you are. And then release your feet, roll your back down onto the mat, bring your knees into your chest and give them a squeeze. Good, nice big squeeze. And bring your feet down onto the mat. Slowly start to pick your hips up, coming into bridge pose. And you want your knees to stack over your ankles, so that means walking your feet in or out a little bit. Please do so. Make sure that weight isn't dumping into your shoulders. So the hips are lifted, lower back is lifted, mid back is lifted. And roll it down. Come down. Let the knees knock in together. We're going to do that again. Open up the knees. Start to peel up your tailbone, your low back, your mid back. Come all the way up. Maybe roll your shoulders under so you can clasp your hands together under your abdomen. Maybe lift your heels up and come onto your toes. Keep breathing. If you've got your heels lifted, lower them down. If your hands are clasped, unclasp them and then roll your back down. Let your knees knock into center. Good. Take a breath. All right, open your knees again, hips width distance. Start to roll up your tailbone, your low back, your mid back. Maybe tuck your shoulders under, clasp the hands together underneath. Maybe lift the heels. Set the heels down and play around with lifting one leg up, trying to keep the thighs parallel to each other. Set it back down. Lift up the other leg. Set it back down. Switch. One leg lift and down. Other leg lifts and down. And switch. One leg lifts and down. The other leg lifts down. That's 3 sets. We're going to do 5. Lift a leg. Set it down. Other leg. And down. Last set. Lift the leg. Down. Other side. Down. And roll your back down onto the mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a big squeeze. Maybe wrap your forearms around your shins. Then bring your head back down to the mat, trying to pull those knees in towards your chest. Feeling a stretch in your hip flexors. Good. Grab under your knees and rock a few times back and forth. Rock like a little ball, back and forth, until you rock up to a seated position. From your seated position, extend your legs out in front of you. Get your spine really long here. Make sure your spine is long. Backs of legs are on the mat. Feet are flexed towards you in Dandasana. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold forward with a flat back into Paschimottanasana, trying to touch your toes, or maybe just walk your hands out to the sides of your feet and your legs. With each inhale, try to find a little length in your spine, and with each exhale, bending further forward. A couple more breaths here. Slowly walk your hands back to midline, coming up to center. Bend one knee in towards your chest and allow that knee to open out to the side. Bring the sole of the foot of the bent leg to the inside of the other leg. Turn your torso just to face that outstretched leg and bring your arm overhead, both arms. Exhale as you bow forward over the extended leg, trying to reach for the toes. Maybe you can clasp your hands together under that flexed foot. Maybe you can bend at the elbows and bring your torso closer to that extended leg. Come back up, walk your hands back to center, switch sides, extend the other leg, and bend the opposite leg with the sole of the foot coming to the inside of the outstretched leg. Turn your torso just so slightly, just so it's facing that extended leg. Arms come up overhead. Exhale as you fold forward over the extended leg, trying to reach for those toes. Flex that foot towards your face and maybe bend the elbows and bring your head closer to the shin or your knee. Janu Shirshasana, which is head to knee pose. So head to knee is the direction we're going in. You don't have to be there. Just be going in that direction and be where you are in your body at this moment. Take another breath here. And then walk your hands back as you come to center. Extend both legs long on the mat and roll your back down onto the mat, bringing your knees into your chest once more. Extend your left leg long on the mat and bring your right knee just outside of your rib cage. So you're trying to pull that right knee down into your right armpit. Flex the foot of the extended leg. Both shoulder blades are grounded. This is Ardha Apanasana, half wind removing pose. Feel that deep stretch in your hip flexor and that bent knee massaging the internal organs in your abdomen. All right, grab the outside of the bent knee with the opposite hand and extend your right arm out to the right, and then pull the right knee across your body to the left so that top knee crosses your body to the other side, coming into a spinal twist. Try to melt the shoulder down of the extended arm so the opposite shoulder melts down. Come back to center, untwisting your body. Switch legs. Bring the other knee into your chest, just avoiding the rib cage, bringing it down slightly, trying to tuck that knee in towards the armpit. Shoulder blades are grounded. Just give it a nice squeeze. Then grab the outside of the bent knee with the opposite hand Extend the other hand out to the side and then pull the knee over the body to the opposite side, finding a spinal twist. Melt the shoulder blades into the mat. And come back to center. Release that leg long onto the mat. Both legs are long now. Open the feet up as wide as the mat and let the feet just flop open. Bring the arms by your sides, palms face up. Close your eyes. Start to let everything go. Relax onto this mat. Let any tension in your shoulders, your abdomen, your thighs go. Let that all melt away. Release any breathing patterns you developed. Release any tension that you feel in your neck or your spine. Let it all go and find some peace and solitude here in Shavasana. Slowly bring some awareness back into this space, into the room, into your body. Maybe just feel the expansion of your rib cage as you inhale and the contraction as you exhale. Then in whatever gentle way you wish, find yourself into a seated position, whether it's rolling to the sides and pushing up through fetal pose or simply rocking up by grabbing under a knee or both knees. Keep your eyes closed. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Thank you for practicing with us today.